This is Jack from Black Scout Survival. I'm here today with Jeff Randall, owner of ESEE Knives and Randall's Adventure and Training. I just got done with a 3-day field survival class, and it was an excellent class. I appreciate you having us out here. Could you tell us a little bit about the class setup for the field survival class? Kind of give people an idea of what's going on with that?
Well, basically what we try to impart upon people is the mental stressors involved in a survival situation. I mean, pretty much you can learn a lot of things from a lot of different people, but we try to add the mental stressor to it. We try to recreate a survival situation as best we can and keep it safe and put the mental stressors involved in say a 3-day scenario.
Yeah, that's good. A lot of times in the survival world, there's a lot of stuff that just people giving bad information. You know, being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, I feel like is like very important to your survivability, and I feel like that was imparted on you guys during this class.
Yeah, I mean, and that's our whole thing. I mean, we put the skills out there, the basic skills that you need to survive: navigation, fire, shelter, you know, water, that type of thing. But then after you get those skills, we want to put you in an environment where you have to use those skills, and not only just use them and be successful at them, but add stressors to that, to where if you do this successful, then we're going to make it a little bit harder on the next scenario. Like,
you know, we were in a controlled environment, but we were not in control. You know,
right?
And just like in a real situation, nature's going to be in control.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So I feel like it was a great class, and you know, a lot of people, you know, military backgrounds may have experienced things like this, you know, but a lot of civilians have not. And I mean, it was a good refresher for me, even though I was in the military. You know, I have not been in a situation where I had to deal with this kind of stuff in a long time. And it's good to know that you can, your body and your mind, or your mind can carry your body through these
exactly, and that's what we tell everybody. If you've got it up here, you've got the mental side of it, because you're going to have boredom, you're going to have hard work, you got to be able to think out of the box, you got to improvise. And if we can impart that knowledge on people, then whether you can build a fire with you know, the most primitive methods really is not as important to us as being able to handle what you can do mentally up here.
What other classes do y'all have going on this year? I know the 3-day field survival we just did, but what other kind of classes you have going on?
We do a 6-day rural rescue, which brings about some survival, a lot of tracking, a lot of search and rescue techniques. Then we get into the high angle rescue side of it. So it's a pretty intense 6-day class. The last one we ran about 3 weeks ago, there was way over 100 training hours in 6 days.
Wow.
So I mean, very little sleep. Again, it's sort of similar to the field survival. We're putting a lot of stressors in there, but the guys walked in with basically no knowledge on the medical side of it, or the high angle rope training side. By their final exercise, they were working just like a search and rescue team. Very impressive.
Are the classes that are going on this year, this kind of curriculum that's going on this year, is it going to be the same next year? You're going to keep evolving?
We will probably keep evolving. We're learning what works. There's a lot of survival classes out there, a lot of good classes. And you know, we suggest our students to take as many classes as you can take. But what we're trying to do is be the class that you come to get that mental stress of it as close to a real survival situation as you can get while still maintaining safety. So yeah, I mean, we've got other type classes. We're running combat tracking classes, just our straight up ropes course. You know, there's a lot of classes that we run that don't have the stressor factor to it. It's just a normal class, 8 to 5 class. But our core classes are field survival, ditch medicine, and rural rescue. I mean, that's what we really like to get behind and push.
Yeah, the 3-day field survival, like I said, I really appreciate it. I feel like, you know, we put ourselves through the paces, or you guys put us through the paces, and we had to, you know, figure out team unity, and also, you know, make decision making in a stressful situation. And I feel like, you know, that was very important, because it's gonna, you know, if we ever do face something, then we know we've been in a situation, we can keep going, because a lot of times when you know, I go to Montana a lot, and people die out there because they just sit and wait for somebody to come save them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know, this would help you impart a self-rescue if you need to.
Yep.
Outside of the classes, you know, I highly suggest them, if you have the time, make it out here. But let's talk about your knives a little bit. Do you have anything new coming out right now?
We've got, of course, everybody's been waiting on the Azula folder. We actually had a production prototype at Blade Show this year, a couple of weeks back. So probably by SHOT Show time in January, we'll be in production on that. We've got all our stainless steel models that are just around the corner. I mean,
those are nice,
they're going to heat treat now as we speak. So we've got a lot of new things. The Camp Moore line for the bushcraft guys. That's just around the corner. Should be shipping by October 1st. So we got a lot of things going on in the knife side of things.
Yeah, I've done a lot of reviews on y'all's gear in the past, and one thing I will say is that ESEE always makes survival gear multifunctional. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all stuff is multifunctional. It's not just one-dimensional like a lot of gear on the market. You know, somebody trying to sell a bunch of different things where y'all put a lot of things together, a lot of elements that make it a multi-functional tool.
We like to say we build simple knives that work. You know, simple ugly knives that work. There's a lot of good knives out there, and to be honest with you, any other company makes a knife as good as us. I mean, if I've got to get into a situation, any of the major companies build great knives. So I don't think ours are any better than anybody else's. It's just that, you know, we enjoy the outdoors and we enjoy making knives and we enjoy interacting with people that enjoy both.
There's a lot of integrity in that, because I'll say during this class, never once did Aunt Jeff or any of the instructors talk about using ESEE gear at all. I've been to a lot of classes that they push their gear. They got a table set up for you at the end. Hey, you want to buy this stuff? You know, never did that happen, and that's, you know, speaks volumes. You know, they're dedicated to getting you trained out here and not selling gear.
And that's something that we, from Jumpstart, when we started these classes, we said, you know, a lot of guys will come, they don't even know that we build ESEE knives. And I like it that way, because I don't want people coming just to basically a flea market to buy gear. I want them to come out here and bring whatever they want, and let's put it through the test. And at the end of the day, you know, if we want to talk knives, let's do that after the training's over with, because I'm not interested in talking about ESEE knives while we're training.
Well, Jeff, do you got anything else you want to pass on to anyone? Anything upcoming or what?
You know, just we welcome anyone that wants to try to get some good training. We think we do a good job at it, but the main thing is just get out there and get training from as many people as you can, because I think it's very important.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I enjoyed the class, and it was, find your way out here if you have the time and an opportunity. But check out blackscoutsurvival.com for more tips and tutorials, and as always, thanks for watching.